Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of After Bath, Before Bed, and Beyond. This is a short week, so we're just going to jump into our first book of the week. Our book tonight is called The 100-Pound Problem by Jennifer Dusling. Let's get started. It was a bright sunny day, a no school day, a perfect day for fishing. And that's just what Walt was going to do. People were fishing on shore. They hadn't caught much, but that didn't bother Walt. He was going to the island thanks to his cousin Roger. Roger said Walt could borrow his boat. He didn't let just anybody use it. His dad had made it, and it was special. Walt put down his stuff. Right away, his dog Patch started nosing through the lunch bag. It was those roast beef sandwiches. "No, Patch," Walt said. Patch looked guilty. Walt turned the boat over. There was writing on it. The boat said, "This boat holds only 100 pounds. Roger." "Uh-oh," Walt said to Patch. "I bet we have more than 100 pounds." Walt knew he weighed about 65 pounds. The school nurse had told him so. He knew Patch weighed 20 pounds. That's what the vet had said. That was 85 pounds right there. Then there was all his stuff, his lunch, his fishing gear, his heavy backpack. What did all that weigh? "Too bad we don't have a scale, huh, Patch?" Walt said. Then it came to him. He could make a scale. Walt found a plank from an old boat. He balanced it over a rock. It looked a little like a seesaw. "Okay, Patch," Walt said. "You're going to help me." Walt pointed to his scale. Patch jumped on. "Now I can find out what my stuff weighs compared to you," Walt explained. Gently, Walt put the backpack on the scale. The scale did not move. That meant the backpack weighed less than Patch. "Now I'll weigh the fishing gear," said Walt. The scale did not move, so the gear was lighter than Patch, too. "You know what?" Walt said. "I'm putting all my stuff on the scale." He did, and Patch's end swung up. Now Walt knew that all three things together were heavier than Patch. "What if I take something away?" Walt wondered. He told Patch to sit down on the scale again. Then Walt took his lunch off. The scale balanced. "Amazing," Walt said. "That means the fishing gear plus the backpack weigh 20 pounds, the same as you, Patch." "Now I know what to do," Walt said. "I'll take just a few things at a time. I'll be careful not to have more than 100 pounds in the boat." For his first trip, Walt took his lunch and fishing gear. As he pushed off, Patch looked at Walt with sad eyes. "Sorry, boy," Walt said. "If I take you, we'll be over 100 pounds. You can go next time." The boat skimmed across the bay. Off to one side, a bird snapped a big fish right out of the water. I hope I'll be as lucky as that bird, Walt thought. It took Walt only a few minutes to row his gear and his lunch to the island and back to the shore. Patch was waiting. "Get in, boy," Walt said. Walt looked at his backpack. "I'm not exactly sure how much the backpack weighs," he thought. "I'll play it safe and make another trip." Patch loved the boat ride. Every time he saw another boat, he barked hello. One boat had a big dog in it. Patch got very excited. He barked and waved and wagged his tail until the other dog barked back. When Walt reached the island, Patch jumped out of the boat and ran right to the lunch bag. He sniffed it and whined. "No, Patch," Walt cried. It was the roast beef sandwiches. Patch loved roast beef. "Uh-oh," Walter thought. "I have to get my backpack, but I can't leave Patch alone here with my sandwiches. They'll be gone by the time I get back." "I know," Walt said. The answer was easy. He could leave Patch on the island and take the lunch bag in the boat with him. "I'll be back in no time," he told Patch. When Walt got back from his third trip, Patch started jumping and barking. "Are you glad to see me, or is it the sandwiches?" Walt joked. He pulled ashore and took a deep breath. Now he had everything just where he wanted it. "Guess what, Patch?" Walt said. "It's time to go fishing." Patch jumped in the boat. Walt rowed out and cast the line into the water. At last he was doing what he set out to do. He was fishing. It felt great. All of a sudden, there was a tug on Walt's line. A big tug. That meant a fish had the bait. A big fish. The pole went like a bow, but Walt held on tight. The fish fought and fought. Patch barked and barked. Finally, Walt reeled in the fish. It was a big fish, a heavy fish. Oh no! How could the boat hold Walt and Patch and the fishing gear and the big heavy fish? Before Walt could decide what to do, splash! Patch had figured it out. Patch swam to the island. He shook himself dry, and then, as Walt watched from the boat, Patch gave himself his own reward for being such a smart dog. Walt didn't even mind. After all, he'd had a great day. He caught a big fish and he had solved the 100-pound problem. Could he have done it without Patch? No way. The end. Well, that's all for tonight, boys and girls. I hope everyone has wonderful, sweet dreams that take you beyond. Good night.